the critical reasoning question. Last couple of years in Xat, the critical reasoning questions have been almost all inference conclusion based questions. Uh, but it's always good to also try a couple of assumption, strengthen or weaken questions as you prepare. So we've been giving you some inferences, some assumptions, strengthen, weaken questions as well, but majority of the questions are conclusion or inference questions, as is this question. Let's first read. So for a conclusion question, basically, how do you get the right option? Look at the facts given in the passage. Your conclusion has to be something which is definitely true based on the facts given in the passage. So it's one of the easiest questions. Anything where you have a doubt, I doubt if I can say this with 100% certainty, given what has been given in the passage, it becomes a conjecture. It's not a valid conclusion anymore. So you can easily just look at the facts that are given to you, know them well, look at the options, and you can get your answer pretty easily. The annual budget is a high profile event in India's political character. With the suited booted India Inc. conventionally showcased as its most important stakeholder. Big businesses and corporations are not only in focus before the budget, but also on the day of the budget itself. The stock market response and industry reactions get the lion's share of attention after the finance minister's budget presentation. The middle classes are not seen as too critical and are all but forgotten, except when it comes to two aspects: change in income tax slabs and changes in income tax slabs and changes in the prices of some items deemed as important to this segment, such as housing loans, cooking gas, air tickets, and so on. Any breadcrumbing in income tax slabs is projected as a big benefit, a de facto stimulus, while the real focus continues to be elsewhere. Easy passage. What does he say? The annual budget. The most important stakeholders in the annual budget, conventionally, what is showcased in India is the suited booted corporates, the corporators, the corporates who stand. This is the focus of the budget. Always it's the companies, it's the high profile companies. Big businesses and corporations are not only in focus before the budget, on the day of the budget, and after the budget. Their reactions are taken into account. The middle classes are not seen as very important for the budget, and they are only seen as important in two areas. One is income tax, and one is price of some commodities and like air tickets and cooking gas. Right? The last part, he says, any breadcrumbing in income tax, there might be a slight change, breadcrumb, right? Small aspect. Any small change in the tax slab, they make a huge, so there's a hype created over it. Oh, income tax slabs have changed. So any breadcrumbing in income tax slabs is projected as a big benefit, a de facto stimulus, while the real focus of the budget is not the middle class. It's elsewhere. It's the companies, it's the corporations that the real budget focuses on. Right? This is what the passage says. Which of the following can be concluded from the passage? The focus of the annual budget is the income tax slabs that affect the middle class the most. Is that the focus of the budget? No, it goes against the last line of the passage. While the stock market response and industry reactions get maximum attention, true, they are generally sidelined in the budget. No, no, no. He didn't say that. He just said the suited, booted India Inc. is given important, the companies and corporations get. He didn't say anything about sidelining anybody. Didn't talk about stock market response actually. Did he? Stock market response, yes, they get a lion's share of attention, yes, but he didn't say they get sidelined. The middle class is not seen as a crucial segment in the annual budget. Yes, he says this. Definitely has said it. The middle class is not seen as too crucial. So we can draw the conclusion that the middle class is not perceived to be important. The glamour attached to the annual budget undermines its importance. He says there's a lot of hype, but he doesn't say that hype takes away from its importance. The budget can be more effective if it were not glamorized and hyped. So this is a hypothetical answer. Remember, whenever you have answers which say, if this would have happened, this would change. That's not a conclusion, right? That's just your that's a hypothetical situation. You're just thinking aisa hota to what would happen, right? That's not a conclusion. Therefore, the correct answer is C.